Welcome back, Lego enthusiasts, to Heart of Kid Productions, and we're going to go into some figures that I actually just recently picked up. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hey guys, how you doing? Just coming back to you. I hope you guys are having a great Memorial weekend. It's been a nice weekend so far. Pretty nice day. But what I did was I took a trip a couple days ago and actually went up to a bricks and minifigs that they actually have up in my local area, and didn't even realize they had this, but decided to go up there and check out what they got, and got myself a bunch of figures that I kind of want to go over. So without further ado, these are actually Toy Story figures that I actually never ended up getting, and a couple other main characters. So this is actually pretty cool. So obviously I didn't have Rex, and it was one that I was disappointed years later that I never got the Pizza Planet van, and I actually never got this figure. So I actually have ended up buying him. He's in really good condition, obviously from a used set, but he looks amazing and really cool, really cool. Really like him, and it's cool to have Rex. His eyes are obviously right there, really good. So as you can tell, let's see if I can get it better. There we go, a little more focus. But he looks really cool and great figure, loving him. So it's part of the collection. I also ended up getting a Lotso. Now I already had a Lotso, but I had the trash compactor one, so he was all dirty. But this one was actually a different Lotso that's actually all clean, and I was like, well, I need the clean one. So I ended up picking him up. So I got him. And then lo and behold, what they also had there was, they didn't have the box for it, but they had the little army soldiers from the actual original movie, which was great. And I was like, and it had the little truck. They brought out the figures, but I was like, do you guys have the truck? And they were like, yeah, we do. And this truck is actually made really well. Let me kind of tilt this better. It rolls, it looks really good, it's built beautifully, it's got the nice green grill, and it's totally just all green, just built really good, positive piece. And then obviously you can't have just the truck without the figures. So you have your main guy right here, one of your main guys, kind of detecting bombs and different things, and obviously another soldier with a walkie-talkie and a rifle. I mean, perfect for Memorial Day weekend, right? Because obviously, what do we care about, and understand that there are men and women that have given their lives for the freedoms we have, and that we get to enjoy this weekend. I talked to my son about this recently, because he really didn't understand what Memorial Day meant. And kind of as we were going to drop him off at his friend's house so he can go play, I wanted him to understand that there's Veterans Day, which is for people like me who have served and have retired, and people like his grandfather who served in the Navy and retired after about 30 years, or no, actually 22 years, just like me. And at the end of the day, Memorial Day represents all those men and women that I have fought with that actually weren't able to come home, who actually gave the ultimate sacrifice and put their lives on the line and gave their lives so we can enjoy the freedoms that we have. So I really talked to him so he could understand, because he's only 10, but you know, that it's just not a 3-day weekend. It's not a day that we get sales and all that. It's our men and women who fought for our country and gave their lives so we can enjoy the life that we have now. So don't want to go off too much on a rant, just kind of want to emphasize, you know, Memorial Day is an important day to remember and understand why we have this holiday, because obviously it's for all the men and women that have served and gave their lives the ultimate sacrifice. Anyways, let me get back into this. But at the end of the day, I got obviously our medic soldier. He's got a walkie-talkie in his little briefcase right there, which is really cool. And they all come with this little stand. I love that they all came with that little stand. I would have loved to have the box, but obviously they didn't have it. And then another soldier. This one has a backpack and another rifle and a walkie-talkie. And then we also have the gurney for the medic to transport characters. So, and the truck. So this is actually really cool. And I actually got these from Bricks and Minifigs for only $15. I was like, I need all 4 and the truck. And they were like, oh yeah, we can get you this for 15 bucks. And I got a military discount, so, you know, maybe like $14 or something. But at the end of the day, it was such a great deal, and I never had these, and I was just like, I need these. These are awesome and perfect timing. So, and then obviously they had these, and they had the Sheriff Woody, actual Sheriff Woody with his little sheriff set, and Bullseye, and actually Jesse. The problem was you had to buy it with that set that was missing pieces in a whole section, and I was just like, I'm not going to pay for that, and they wouldn't sell them separate. So I understand, obviously trying to make a profit, but I got these two characters, so I was like, well, I got Rex and Clean Lotso, so I was like, good stuff. But I also bought a couple other figures, so I'm going to move these guys out of the way, because obviously when you go to Bricks and Minifigs, you can't just not buy anything else. So I ended up buying this guy, which is, I think, from Series 13. I never ended up getting him because I started kind of collecting late, and I started buying where you buy every single figure now, because there might be something, which I'm actually going to go into, about like, oh, I could have used that piece even though I didn't care for the figure. But like this one, when I saw it, I was like, man, I wish I would have started collecting more at the beginning of the series, for the minifigures, so I had every single minifigure. But this one actually comes with really cool Cobra Snake, and I was like, that's perfect for like a zoo or whatever. And obviously it's got the snake tamer here, so I was like, oh, I'll pick up this guy, and he was like $7 or $8. So I was like, all right, add him to the collection. So let's put him there. And then I actually got a soccer ball and a basketball. So obviously an orange basketball and a soccer ball, and these are official Lego pieces. Oh, there you go. And I actually was like, you know what? I don't have a soccer ball and I don't have a basketball. So I was like, let me go ahead and pick these up. And the funny thing is, the soccer ball, I was in Europe and they came out with all the soccer figures. And I remember the guy that was working at the Lego store was really cool in Germany. And he was like, hey, I know you're deploying, but if you want me to get you every single one of the soccer players, I'll make sure to feel them out for you, so when you return and you buy them, you'll have the whole collection. Now, me not thinking at the time, I'm not really into soccer, so I was just like, I'm like, it's cool, but I was like, I don't want you to go out of your way, because I'm not a big soccer guy. So he was like, okay, and he hooked me up with a lot of other things, but I didn't end up getting those. And it was funny because at the end of the day, now I kind of regret that I could have had something that you can only get in Europe that, I should have just got at the time. But you don't know what you don't know, and sometimes you make bad decisions. So at the end of the day, I got a soccer ball now. I don't have a soccer player because they didn't have any of those, and these only cost about 50 cents a piece. So I was like, now I got a soccer ball and a basketball. So I was like, cool. So I ended up picking those up as well. And then also, this is actually a little dinosaur from actually like the Batman sets, I believe. And I might have one already in one of the boxes that I have. But I was like, you know what, this represents the Batman. So, because he always has that big dinosaur in his collection. So I was like, I need to make sure I get it. So I ended up just picking this one up. And again, it was only like 50 cents. So I was like, just in case I didn't have it. So not a big deal. But I also picked up one other piece. Now, this is the Lego King. Now, I'm not sure what set he's from. Obviously, they only had two different versions. One was a keychain, and I wanted an actual king. And the reason that I picked this one up was because they actually are coming out with the actual Lego Lions king set or castle set coming up in August, I believe. And I was like, you know what, I need a king, because apparently that set's not going to come with a king. So I was like, it's not going to have a king, and I don't have any kings. So I ended up picking this guy up, and he looks really cool. I love his shirt. It looks really nice, and it's really clean, and his whole outfit. He comes with his little glass, but his whole outfit, and then his nice little king's hat. But again, they were like, it's 100% Lego. I don't think this is a keychain. It has like a little hole at the top, but it doesn't look like it's a screw-in. So I would hope that I didn't get manipulated. But it looks really good. It's pretty much in 100% good condition. It has a little scuffs on the gold helmet at the bottom a little bit, but nothing crazy. But I will be putting him in my Lions King castle with the queen, because obviously there's going to be a queen and other things that's coming out. So that comes out in August, and I look forward to adding him to my actual kingdom when I put that together to check it out. But other than that, those were all the little collectibles that I picked up at Bricks and Minifigs. It was really great. They were really awesome. The guy who actually worked there actually looked over all the pieces that I was selecting and made sure there was no cracks or anything, because there was one figure that he's like, oh, this one has a crack on the leg. And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that. I actually just grabbed it. I was like, I'll take this one. And he was like, well, let's double check. Lucky they had multiples, so he was able to actually help me out. And he was like, hey, that's my job to make sure I'm not selling you garbage. And I was like, wow, that's really good of you to go out of your way to just, not let me just pay for something for $8 and then it not be, me get home and be like, oh, this guy's cracked, and then me have to return it or come by and say, hey, I didn't realize. But he went out of his way. I can't remember his name specifically. Usually I ask their names, especially when they go out of their way, but it was a busy day, so I was kind of running in and out different places. Stopped at a Lego store as well to see. But I wanted to actually show you guys something else. So that actual set that or that mock that my son actually with the stairs was like, oh, I kind of added a couple other things, and it's funny because it's coming together, and again, I still don't know what it's going to be, if I'm going to have to make a huge floor and how I'm going to do it. But let me go ahead and pull that out over here so you guys can see. So as you can see, I've actually, obviously it's on a Mills plate now, so obviously I ran out of colors, but this would be hidden right against another Mills plate, so you wouldn't see these colors, so that's not a big deal. But what I did was I added a gray here, so I can add on this, if you notice, like side little rails so the minifigures don't fall off as they're going to the top plate. And then as you see, I actually also added a nice front brick when you come through the door, and it has a nice little entryway. And I'll probably end up changing some of these bricks with snot bricks or something and put like a poster or a picture on the wall, so when you come in you're not just looking at a brick wall on the inside. But what's great is, I'm just gonna go ahead and move these out of the way, but I actually was like, oh man, I just had these little pegs right here, because obviously if they're going up the stairs, you don't want them falling off the side. There should be like a rail or something, kind of like how this is right here. But I was like, man, what can I put there? So I put these little pieces that I had, and they're little cylinder kind of triangle looking pieces. So I had these all there, and then I was like, what could I put in there, because obviously it needs something. And I realized I had a bunch of microphones, and I have a couple black ones. So there's these pieces, and I had some black microphones, and which is really cool, because obviously I was like, oh, those would be perfect for little handrails as you're going up. Now I wanted these in silver, and if you look on this side, I have some in silver with the black bottom, and then I have a silver solid. So I need to actually order some, because I would prefer to have more silver with the black rails going all the way up versus the black, because I think the silver matches that cone a lot better. But, and also if you notice what I did on the entrance, obviously the door's right here. What I did was I actually added a nice entryway, but also like red carpet. So when you go around, if you look, I'll go ahead and stand up so you guys can see this a little bit. But if you look, you enter this way, you walk this way, and then it leads to the stairs. So it's kind of like red carpeting all the way up, and then there's red carpeting over here that leads to these stairs, and then also on the other side. And as you can see, I kind of put right in here support for this beam with some stop bricks. Obviously I need to get more just plain bricks, because I'm not actually gonna be using those snots for anything, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting snot bricks when I can be using that for decor and different things. But as you can see, and also behind here, if you look in the back, it's kind of hard to tell, but because obviously the stairs are there, but I put a gate back there and some translucent clear, so I don't know if that's going to be a closet or I'm going to utilize that for anything. But right now, that's what we're looking for. And as you see on this side, you can see that the carpet goes all the way around, and it leads to this other stairs right over here that leads up as well, which leads back up. And then obviously you see I put the rail all the way around, so you know you come up the stairs and you come up here, so that's really cool. Just so it ends up looking really good. And then obviously I can put the doors back here, and obviously I put double doors right here, so they both open. You know, obviously it's not one of those new ones where it doesn't have the middle divider, but obviously I just added that the way it is. And I might actually move these stairs just a little forward and maybe make this just a one row, just because if you look at the stairs right here where it actually goes up, it kind of just comes and leads to this way, because obviously it has this piece. So I might keep that, or I might actually move it back one spade, but I think it's secured right there, and it's not a big deal that they have to walk here and then walk up there. But right now this is just something that I did, and like I said, with these microphone pieces, I just thought, oh man, I could use these for a nice little, handrail, which was really cool. And I need to order more because I don't have a bunch. And some of these are from, I think the black ones I got from Fozzie, from the actual Muppet set. And I was like, oh, I got some microphones that came with Fozzie, so I'll just throw those in there for now. And then obviously some of these other ones were from other minifigure characters that I had, or just extras that I had in a little drawer. And I was like, oh, I'll use these. But I do like the way the silver is, and it looks really good. So again, like I've been doing, just an idea. And my son, made the stairs, and I was like, well, I need rails, because obviously without this gray right here, it was just an opening. So if a figure's coming up, they're just gonna fall right off. So, and again, obviously I put rails at the top here and rails along the side, and I'll probably end up putting another like brick up here to make these rails a little higher, because obviously stairs will come out to this side over here. So you'll see like stairs and stuff, or steps continuing to the second floor. But as of right now, I don't know what it's gonna be. If this is just a project that I'm like, I'm just being creative and I'm doing whatever with it, whatever. And of course, if this doesn't turn into anything, it's nice to see, and be creative and kind of create ideas for future mocks of, oh, I remember when I did these stairs and I could utilize that for something else, or I just reformat the whole thing, because obviously this has this little walkway to this little overlook. And then I'd be like, okay, I could use that overlook for something else, and I can use these stairs for something else. But right now, it's just me being creative with, again, my son's little inspiration of making something, And if you actually noticed right here, I put, to get these little pieces up here, I had to put one stud to make it here, and then two studs to make it so it went over this, and then three studs to make it over, and then this is kind of flush on here, and then so on. So, again, it was just trial and error, trying to figure out how can I put a rail on this side. And then also with these, like at the end of the day, if I decide to utilize, instead of having these rails go up like this, and I have a bunch more silver, I might just change this whole rail thing to silver little pieces with microphones at the top, so then it all kind of combines. And at the same time, I have different looks. So, and this is all a thought process, just different ideas, different thoughts. So at the end of the day, you work with what you got, and at the end you see how it comes out, and then you manipulate or change it to whatever, and be creative. And right now I'm just having fun with this. I already have a Mills plate on this 32 by 32, so that's really cool, and it's just a cool little design. Other than that, it's nothing more than just an idea right now. So, and continuing to formulate as I continue to go, oh, let me add this, and it was kind of a pain to get this, because I had to put little pieces to make sure it measured up right, and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's coming together fine. I like how it looks, and we'll see what it comes up at the end. But yeah, check out Bricks and Minifigs if you have one nearby, because they always have nice sets and used stuff and stuff like that. And just make sure that everything's actually good, and you're able to utilize, different things. So next time I actually go there, I'm going to go look for more of these microphone pieces, see if they actually have a bunch in stock. Because if they do, then I can be like, oh, I just want to buy a couple, and I'm sure I can get a bunch of them for, like $10 for a ton or whatever. And then that'll be good, and then I could utilize it, and I'll always buy a little more in bulk, or I can order them on like Bricknik link or something, because that would actually be cool. But I'm always looking for extra pieces of things that populate as I see, and like, oh, that'd be good for this, that'd be good for that, so you just let your mind work, let your mind just throw. And as we're talking right now, I'm actually looking at this from the side, and I'm like, my mind is already thinking about how I can adjust this to make this look a little different with the design, So then this stairway comes up here without just this little spot. My mind's already thinking, oh, like, oh, I could just move this forward and I could put a support under there and that'll mesh right into that. So yeah, you know, and again, it's just my mind constantly working on, you know, design and ideas of like, oh yeah, you know. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, hit that like notification, and I hope you guys enjoy your Memorial Day. Like I said, don't forget why we have this wonderful day. Thanking, you know, the men and the women who have given their lives for our country and the freedoms that we have. So at the end of the day, just enjoy it, you know, enjoy life. Please take advantage of everything and just have fun with your family, your kids, and, you know, treasure those moments. I know I do. So thanks again for watching, and I guess we'll talk to you guys later. So all right, peace out. See you later.